So 6 months ago, I decided I was going to give up alcohol, booze, sauce, grog, piss, whatever you call it in the country you come from. Hey, let's get on the piss. Could you pick me up a box of piss?
Getting pissed is an Australian rite of passage.
But for whatever reason, there doesn't really seem to be anyone else on YouTube who's had a similar experience to mine, apart from one. I've watched over 100 videos, and honestly, it's all pretty positive. That's not a bad thing. That is a very, very good thing. But I just find that there hasn't really been anyone that's that relatable to me in terms of how this has gone so far.
Take care of you along the way. My love, one day in time will leave our troubles behind. And you'll take care of me along the way. My love, one day in time will leave our troubles behind.
See, I've been drinking since I was about 13, 14 years old. In fact, here's a photo of me when I was 13, 14, and believe it or not, this was actually the first night I ever got drunk. I had like 4 Mike's Hard Lemonades from my rich friend's parents' bar.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
The point is, from this point onwards, my life was pretty boozy.
Let's party.
You get the point. But for essentially half of my life, alcohol has played an enormous role in almost every decision I've ever made. It started to feel like I didn't really know who I was without it. Am I the same person? Is drunk Rogue? Well, obviously, drunk anybody is not the same as sober anybody, but I had just forgotten what life without booze was. And for the first time since I was that young teenage lad, I wanted to find out. I think I can pretty confidently say that the biggest challenge for a lot of us is going to be the fear of destroying your social life. A lot of our lives, including my own, are built around alcohol. It's Friday after work beers, you just had a long week, or maybe it's a beautiful sunny Sunday and your friends want to have a picnic in the park, so you have a few glasses of wine. It's just that our relationships a lot of the time are built around enjoying some alcohol with the company of people you like, whether it's your partner, your family, your friends, it doesn't matter. And to remove that from those scenarios, it kind of feels like taking your phone out of your pocket and leaving it at home. You don't really know what to do with yourself. We are so used to having these things in our lives that we've forgotten how to live without them, even though we're all totally capable of enjoying anything without them. I spent the first 6 months of this year living and working remotely in Vietnam, a country that I'd been before and a place I love very much. But it's also a place where I am used to drinking a shitload. I mean, when you can buy a jug of beer from a keg for like $2, it's hard not to, I'll be honest. But even though I didn't have the influence of all of my friends from back home, I still had these associations in my mind that being in Vietnam, all this drinking backpacker culture 7 nights a week, and just what I'm used to doing, it felt really weird for a while to not be drinking in Vietnam. So I guess just know that whether you're in Bermuda away from all of your friends who influence you to drink booze, or you're back home and your friend circle is within a 5-kilometer radius, it's gonna be difficult no matter where you choose. The 2 things I was looking for more than anything when I decided to give up alcohol was to see an improvement in both my mental but also my physical health. Okay, that's much better. Now this seems to be the moment where I lose everybody. All those YouTubers. I've never had a single person mention this. Expectations. I think this is what leads to a lot of the mental anguish in my life is, let's keep it related to the alcohol though. I imagined after 6 months in that I was going to reach this amazing new form, like I was going to elevate out of this drunk, evil demon body and become this new human being who was going to have all this energy and focus, and I was never going to have another negative thought again. Okay, a lot of this is probably an exaggeration, but you get the point. I was expecting to feel this life-changing impact on my outlook on life and my mentality, when in reality I'm still the same dude. Duh. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely notice changes. I'm probably in the best physical shape of my entire life. Whether you attribute all that to booze, I mean, I'm definitely sleeping earlier, which helps. I don't eat McDonald's at 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning anymore. There are a lot of things that kind of have a domino effect, I guess you could say. And of course, not ever being hungover is definitely a big factor in me getting my ass to the gym pretty much every day of the week, even when I don't want to. But mentally, I've still struggled. I've allowed my negative thoughts and emotions to occasionally still control my actions, and I guess that's okay. That's really, I've realized, just a part of life. I think sometimes a misconception with alcohol is that it is this thing overshadowing everybody's life, and overall I just think maybe sometimes the impact it has on a lot of humanity is a little overstated. Does it do a lot of harm for a lot of people? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that if you stop drinking, your life is going to become this magic rainbow. But I also think it's important to be realistic and have people who are deciding to go sober to know that, maybe it's going to, I don't know, maybe this whole time I'm saying all this, and then in another 6 months, it's all going to come true, and I'm going to be some boozeless angel that's been enlightened and awakened. Who knows? I just wanted to share the fact that after 6 months, it hasn't been life-changing. One of my main focus points this year was to show myself some more patience. I tend to get really frustrated when things don't really move as quickly as I expected them to, or I don't improve as fast as I wanted to, whether that's in my career or, just bettering myself in any sort of way, learning how to meditate, I don't know, whatever it is. And so when it came to giving up alcohol, I did have that same mentality. But even though I haven't had this life-changing mental focus when it comes to being sober, I can pretty confidently say that it's definitely no longer holding me back from chasing the things I want to chase and being the person that I want to be. And so, honestly, I think that makes it all worth it. Peace.
Time will leave our troubles behind.